Okay, guys, I'll try and keep this one as short as possible. I've just made a updated, like 2.0 update to the Fight Night Forever roster that I've been working on. The main difference being that you can, I don't know what that other thing was. Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, the main difference being you can now have a look at. I'll show you if I actually grab a boxer. You can now actually see that I've gone through and sort of painstakingly.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
You know what? I'll just restart that after. Sort of painstakingly gone through and updated the stats on some of the on all the boxes in terms of like cuts and swelling, adding in their full name on the file itself as well. So you've got the first and last name here. Gone through and edited all of their actual stats, put in their record. So if you come to Arturo Gatti, for example, he cuts very easily now. And of course his record's there, it's all accurate. So, his height and reach and weight and all of that's accurate. Some boxes were actually inaccurate. Eddie Shavers had a reach of like 70, in the low 70s. In reality, he actually had a 79-inch reach. He had very long arms for a 6-footer. So I've gone through and researched every fighter, like, when they were cut, how badly they were cut, and then ran it through AI to give with an algorithm based on Holyfield being 100 and Gatti being 69, although you see it's 68 here, with a must score like of 70 plus. Give me, and then I've gone through and researched, when they were cut as well, or if they were cut type thing, or if they had fights where they were badly bruised, or if they had a stoppage based on cuts or bruising, and edited that in. I've also gone through and edited the AI on Arturo Gatti because he was basically punching himself out against Mickey Ward in computer fights, so they're better matched now. Although there may be a 2.1 update which will just sort of feature other AI tweaks. I have gone through and edited the AI on some fighters though. The main thing is that you've got their record. So when no more debuts with 0 fight records and 99 cuts and 99 swelling as your max. There are some fighters that actually have 100 in one regard or the other now, rather than just being at 99. I'm really. Let me just see if I can find Maidana, for example, has 100 swelling. I'm trying to find someone else, but Archie Moore's record, 186 wins, 132 KOs, and a weight of 188. So generally you could only go to like 200 pounds. I've also fixed the weight on fighters like Tyson Fury, where their weight was only 270. And because I can adjust height and weight and things like that, I've also gone through the Nikolai Valuev and made his height and weight correct, 325 and 7 foot, regions that are not usually available within the game. There is an issue that I think just exists simply because of the Fight Night Forever mod itself. I think Fight Night Forever must take this sort of male pattern baldness texture and use that to put their like a sort of like a fade texture on one of the fighters that they've brought in. So to add that hairstyle to the game, they've overridden this sort of male pattern baldness type hairstyle that I guess they figured nobody's going to miss. And unfortunately now Valuev comes out with a black fade. But that's, other than that, he's fine. There's nothing you can do about that. Trying to fix that in Fight Night Forever would just ruin that other fighter. So let's... Oh, that was it right there. Let's launch it quickly. I'll try and keep this as quick as possible. And I'll just quickly show you that these settings do work and have worked, and that these fighters now have a record. And I'll finish up the game with my sliders on the screen, so that you know what sliders to set to sort of get the maximum AI difficulty kind of thing. I've actually had a decision loss to Floyd Mayweather the other night, so, you know, yeah, the AI can be really good in this now with this setup the way it is. So let's bring out Archie Moore and show his... Yeah, let's see Archie Moore, and we'll show his incredible record and his low below 200 weight that generally is not available to heavyweight fighters. Hopefully I don't go past him. I haven't already. So yeah, many boxers added to the game. I don't think you can see their rating. Oh no, I hit the wrong button, man. Hold on. I'm not far from you anyway. Yeah, I don't think you can see their ratings here. If I go into... No, you don't. You don't see their record, I mean, you only see their ratings. That's fine. So we'll grab that. Maybe I'll show you that Tyson Fury's weight is fixed. And I'll go in with that too, because that was the other thing. So Tyson Fury, part of this game, they did an excellent job on him, but he's at 200 pounds, and you do want that weight advantage if you're going into the ring with a heavy big dude like that. Don't worry, we'll come up in a sec. Wait, what? It must be after. Yeah, there he is. There you go. So I'll just quickly show you the settings now that I'm using. You can always change these rounds down. I actually set that to 15 just for a Rocky Marciano fight. These are the sliders. Alright. And yeah. Let's go have a look at this record, this astonishing Archie Moore record, and confirm that these edits have worked in the game.
Good evening, I'm Joe Tessitore.
Now this does work on Xbox, but you must use Horizon, and PS3 you just use the fight. Use the boxer manager that's there, use the boxer pack. Bring your save in on a USB to your PC, you know, bring your save in to the target slot in Fight, not in Boxer Managers. So you want to open target save, bring your PlayStation save in, or your Xbox save in, or your PC save in if you're using the emulator, and then open Boxer Pack, And when you open boxer pack, you'll be able to
Ferocious is entrance here. What a ring walk. Just brimming with confidence. Ready
it might
for
be
the
in its
task
own.
at hand.
Here it is. So here's all the boxes, and you can bring these in as you want. You just got to click on a slot. So most slots will be empty or whatever. In yours, obviously, if you want to leave enough space for created fighters, make sure you do leave, say like 5 or 6 or something like that. You know, but I've got all of them, so every name that's there is here. I've got the whole pack, so. We missed Archie Moore's record, didn't we?
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
That's alright, we'll rematch it, and then I'll just quickly show his record, and then we'll
Hi everybody, so glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside.
But yeah, you can see his weight comes in nicely here. See his weight here, his weight here, all works out nicely. So you're not using a 200-pound Archie Moore just because that's the limitation of the game. You're not coming out with 0 wins, you know, and you can be cut and swelled like any proper fighter. And with these sliders, you should find punches don't, like boxers don't really punch themselves out too much, and you're going to, you know, decisions are possible, and losing is possible depending on who you fight. Okay, so that's enough of that. We'll finish up the video by showing the sliders on the screen, and that'll be it. We'll leave it at that. So, yeah, round 2, Fight Night Forever Round 2 version 2.0 update of the boxer roster. I do not really want to take too much credit for. I've spent a lot of time putting all the information, research into, you know, getting the swelling and cuts information accurate as possible. And going through a nearly dead PlayStation to dig these boxes up and put them out there for everyone. But I don't take any credit for Fight Night Forever. I don't take any credit for Fight Night Champion, the game, obviously, and certainly don't take any credit for this software here, Fight Night Boxer Manager, that was created by somebody else who I can't think of his Reddit name right now, but here we are, HeziTheGreat. So all credit to HeziTheGreat for the software, but I certainly will take credit for what I've done, and that's going to the painstaking effort of actually typing in all of these names into a web browser and searching them up and fixing the names up in there if it's not there, and then, you know, same thing with the boxer pack. There's certain, like, yeah, just a lot of copying and pasting of names, a lot of typing, a lot of fucking research. I spent pretty much all night on it last night. It's done now, so yeah, I'm hoping that this will really improve and extend the life of Fight Night Champion until we get another Fight Night, and just, yeah, give everyone a huge roster of boxers to choose from. I'll leave it at that.